people to get on. So let me go like that. Okay, y'all. I hope everybody is well. I hope everybody is doing good, feeling good. And so I wanted to come on today because today is more so of a reflective word that I wanted to give. Um and I know that it's going to hit a lot of people today because it's something that, you have to deal with, and what comes along with this territory of being on this path and following the Lord, but really being a true believer in his teachings and knowing that he is going to provide for you, no matter what the enemy wants for you and what the enemy does against you. Um, and I tell y'all all the time, if y'all want an example, look at my life. I leave everything out there for people to see because I know that there are people who do not like me, people who may come across my videos, who do try to do certain things to have you in a sunken, desolate place. And see, I tell you all the time, you may not understand it until you get attacked yourself, but it's very much so real. It's not just the things of what we see being portrayed in Disney channels or Disney movies, like, oh, we have witches. No, we have real life people who practice and dabble into the dark occult. You have people who are in the church who do it. You have people who may not even know the Lord that practices it. You may have certain people in your family that does it, but claiming that they don't. You have people who you've dealt with that you've called friends, people that you've called ex-lovers. You understand what I'm saying? Some of these people who you consider friends and ex-lovers have people in their circle, people who they dealt with in their family that have hexed you, cursed you, and dabble in that mess. But I'm telling you, the reason why you are being blessed the way that you're about to be blessed in this season is because of so many people that cursed you, that wanted you in a sunken and desolate place. They did not, they didn't bet on you fighting, because a lot of people don't fight. When you have almost like a block, literally picture a block around me, and it's thick, it's dusty, it's stank, it's very, you understand what I'm saying? Hard for anything prosperous to penetrate through that block. Hard for anything good. So if you've ever experienced, you know what I'm saying, certain issues in your friendships or relationships or even opportunities that just disappear, and you don't know what's happening, you don't hear back from people, let me tell you something, you're under attack. If you have issues with sleeping, you have issues in your stomach area, you are being attacked. If you are having issues where your mind was very, I don't know, you're very on it, but then you wake up and you seem sluggish or you don't want to talk. Today I had to fight just to get on this live. I had to tell myself, like, you know what, I'm going to push through. And I had to get on this live, and God was dropping a word in my spirit. I'm telling you, I wrote it down today so I can get through it, and so I'm not just all over the place today. But it was so tying into a little bit of what I was saying yesterday. But I just want to start the thing off with this and say, it costs to be you, but it also costs to attack you. And what I mean by that is, it costs to be you. People always think, let me steal their identity and I can be them. All you did was steal a name. All you did was fool or manipulate a couple of people into thinking that you were somebody else. It really takes something to assume somebody's identity and entire essence and ways of being. You have to go through some things. You understand what I'm saying? So people can't just think that they can walk a mile or even an inch in your shoes because they don't know what it takes to be you. It costs to be you because of the energies that you are susceptible to when you are on this journey and you are on this path. Hence why your level of protection has to be greater than what the next man is, because you are going to go through things that normal people do not have to go through. No, Normal people don't have to go through this level of warfare on all ends, on every end, from people who feel like you owe them something. They feel like you owe them something. They feel like, you know what I'm saying, they want to have power and control over what you go through and how it flows into you. People want to keep you caged. They want to keep you hidden. They want to keep you blocked. They want to keep you roped off. They want to keep you sunken in a desolate place. They want to have you out here deprived, looking decrepit, just of your basic necessities. Meaning these people don't care about you. They don't care about your offspring. They don't care about your goals. They don't care about what you're trying to plan for your future. But I'm here to tell you, I'm telling you, it costs to be you. It costs even much more to attack you. And people don't get it, because they're just like, you know, I don't care what you're saying, or you know what that means when you say it costs to be someone, or it costs to attack him. You know, what does that mean? When people feel like they can serve as a blockage and a hindrance to you, and they're not just going up against you, that they're going up against God, the person who surrounds you, who protects you, who tells you what to do, who's ordering your steps, okay, who's going ahead of you amidst this warfare, amidst this evil and opposition and adversity, to lay out a road and a path and a journey for you to blaze, to trail, and to walk. When these people say that they're going to get their minions and get their groups against you to go ahead and have you in a sunken place, to have you blocked off, they don't just go up against you. They go up against God. And maybe these people don't believe in God. Maybe they don't care for the rapture. They don't care for the judgment that's going to be passed down upon their very heads and that of their kids. But see, a lot of people don't understand the severity of what they practice in the spiritual realm until what they've done triangulates and comes down and manifests in the physical realm. Meaning they think that they can just go off and attack you, and oh, it's just you. Meaning they feel like you are a nobody. You don't have any protection. There's no one who will go to bat for you. There's no one who will stick up for you. There's no one who will protect you against what it is that we want for you and what we're doing against you. But let me tell you something. God works in mysterious ways. When he sits high and look low and know that you've done nothing to these people, because you haven't. And also when these people do things to you, they perceive you to be weak, frail, because you want to attack them back in the same manner that they've attacked you. But see, you know where your help and where your blessings lie. And see, when somebody decides that they want to sit up here and do financial curses against you, career blockages against you, that blocks anything good and prosperous from flowing into your life, because they want you to look and feel and live a certain way other than how they're living and looking and feeling. And then you sit there, and instead of going back to a witch or doing it yourself, you take it to God. You get down on your knees and you pray, because you understand that with him is a promise. You're going to go through some things. People ain't going to like you. I've gone through it all my life. Some of y'all may not know that you're under attack. You may not know what to look for. That's how these people prey upon you. They have to keep up a certain image, a certain persona about them. That's how these people in your family been being cloaked. And you don't even know. You don't even know who you're telling your business to. You don't know who food you eat. You don't even know whose house you're part in. That's how bad it is when you are chosen. You are on assignment. You are on a mission. And just like the devil can use anyone of whom it is that he chooses to use, and I had to fight, and now things are flowing. Baby, let me tell you something. God uses his people too. Devil uses his people. God is using his people. Let me tell you something. It costs to attack you. And these people don't get it. See, they've caused a block around your life, and for you to go through certain cycles where things were delayed and held back from you. They thought it was up, but it's not. And maybe these people think, well, if I got to die to answer to what I've done, then I got time to die, until time is snatched from them. And they don't have time, because they have no more time, meaning their life is cut short just like that. You may think what I'm saying here on this live, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never come on here and tell y'all no lies. I'm talking to my A1 day ones. You know where I'm coming from, because you know what you've been through. You need to go back and check it and clock it. What happened to you was not normal. It was not normal. You were under attack. You have been under attack. You are under attack. Do you understand what I'm saying? But the more people curse, and it's not even enough that you calling it out, that you know that it's happening. When you know something and you called it out, that means that you have gotten answers from source. Meaning source is telling you to stay away from that aunt. Source is telling you stay away from that cousin. Source is telling you something is fishy about these friends. Something is off about these ex-lovers. And these people, just as stupid does, they don't know how to stop. You've already been exposed. At this point, the only thing that's left to do is for judgment to be brought down upon your head. But see, they don't get it. Because they're too busy being so envious and jealous of you. And my God, I don't even know where it's coming from. Lord, please, Lord. Please, Lord. Take it to prayer. Take it to God. Because I'm telling you, I promise you on everything I love, just as soon as you tune into this, you didn't think I was going to hit it the way I hit it. That's why I jumped in the way that I did. Some of y'all have been under attack. Some of y'all have been under attack by people who feel like you owe them something. People who do these things towards you because they feel like they can. They're about to lose their business. And then they're going to lose their mind. Because they couldn't defeat you in the manner that they wanted to defeat you, because you're not meant to be defeated. When they think that they can come after you in such ways and get groups of people and send people your way to try to steal, kill, and destroy, and then you get called out for it. In that moment, it's for you to reflect and stop what you're doing, because at that moment, you've been called out by spirit, because you've been exposed by spirit. Nothing that you do in the spiritual realm is hidden. Sometimes ignorance keeps us in complete oblivion. Did you hear me what I just said? Ignorance, my friend. Ignorance is what keeps you in complete oblivion. It's okay. It's okay. Read your Bible. That's what you're supposed to do. Go to church and fellowship. That's what you're supposed to do. You pray about the church, pray about the fellowship before you fellowship. But there is an extra layer to it because of what people have done against you. Let me tell you something. They do it for evil because you are good. Because the light that's in you, the light that's around you. Not only will they lose their business, they're going to lose their mind. They already lost their mind as far as I'm concerned. Whenever you decide to resort to that of spell word, to bind up and crush and block that of something for somebody else that you don't know, or if they do know you, they don't want you to live a certain lifestyle, which will be afforded to you if these opportunities were to come into you when they were supposed to come in for you. But I keep telling you, the more that they curse, the more that God bless. Do you know why that is? Let's take it back and give an example on a school bully who decides to, and I'm telling you what bullies do. Bullies know who to try that mess on. They ain't trying that on everybody. They try that on who they feel they can get away with it, who don't have no fight about them. So not only did they misjudge you, they tried the wrong one when they decided to want to wage all kind of warfare against your life. And I pray to God, I pray to God, because what God showed me last night, I'm gonna get into it. I pray to God that He has mercy on their children. If these are people who are up in age, their children will be up in age. But then it's going to pass down. See, that's when we talk about you cursed your bloodline by doing some mess, right? If you up in age, your children is up in age. But then your children's children are not up in age. They still have to go about and live life. Why would you do something so stupid, so vain, because of the hatred and jealousy that you have for somebody who have never done nothing towards you? And then after it's been revealed about what these people have done against you, you still did not lift your hand to curse these people back. You took it to God. There's a certain way that God's people, when we be attacked and the enemy comes for us, there's a certain way that we handle certain things, right? Most people, and I'm not going to say that you are lost, but when somebody does something to you, you say, well, if they get me, I got to get them. Well, if they do it to me, I got to do it back to them. But the people of God, the children of God, when we have people who lie on us, who do wrong to us, who betray us, either in the physical or in the spiritual, right? We don't get back at these people. We take it to God. Huh? There are biblical stories. You understand what I'm saying? So that ties into why you act the way you act and why these people act the way that they act. Right? When certain things happen to us, we take it to God. We don't take it back to these people or take it to the streets or try to get back at somebody who get back at us. Hence why when the blessings flow back into us, they flow back 10 triple fold because of the manner that we handle things when all hell and chaos was being sent our way. These people don't know who you are. These people don't know what covers you. Because let me tell you something, and it's just not gonna make sense. But hopefully I can tie this in today, and thankful to God. You know what I'm saying? Because I really wasn't gonna come on here today. I was gonna cook and chill today. You understand what I'm saying? And something kept pressing me after I got out of my prayer session and was like, just get on there, because there's something that I'm going to speak and let flow through you that's going to hit somebody who's going through what you're going through. Sometimes I keep telling you, you will never understand the manner that God uses you to get to other people. I've been attacked all my life. There's people in my family that I know that are attacking me and have attacked me. Do I take it to them? I'ma get you, I'ma stomp you? No. I back up and I cut off communication. So when they decide that they want to make me pay for something and I owe you something because I cut off communication, sir, ma'am, you know why I cut off communication. Let's not go there. Let's not do that. Okay? I think a lot of people, like I said, they're ignorant because they think that God don't speak to you and God won't show you certain things. There's some of y'all, and I'm gonna just use myself as an example because I don't know how God speaks to you. But when I take it to God and I get tired and I get fed up, he puts me in the room of these people. And it's broken me because I've taken it to my mother. And I cried. And I just said, what was I born into? What are you not telling me? Where is this hatred coming from? You understand what I'm saying? Everybody who's born into this world should have free, clear roads to do what it is that they want to do. We see people getting it done every day. But then there are certain other people who have to deal with a certain level of warfare that other people do not have to go through. So hence why we have to fight just that much more harder, just that much more longer to get to what was already predestined and orchestrated for us. But let me tell you something, if you have to fight longer and harder, that this was already written out for you and for your purpose, that it was supposed to go this way. For whatever the reason that God has it go that way, we may not, again, I'm going to go back to what I said, we may not understand what God is doing, but God knows what he's doing. And at the end of the day, that should be sufficient enough for you to know that God knows what he's doing. He knows that you got served that eviction, baby. He's seen it. He knows that you got that 10th piece of mail sent to you about your unpaid light, your unpaid water, your unpaid mortgage. Okay, he knows that your car needs a oil change. He knows that you need your tires changed out. He knows that your kids are growing out of their clothes, that they're being bullied and picked on at school because you ain't got the money to do it. I don't know who I'm talking to. There are some people God sees, but he sees you can't afford the reduced lunch. There is no more free lunch, so you got to pay for this, whatever your situation may be. Okay, you've had to get on the bus because you can't afford to put gas up in your car. You ain't been able to put food up in your refrigerator. You've had to go to the food banks and make it happen and put a meal together for your kids. Times when you did not eat, but your kids ate. You understand what I'm saying? Times when you ain't had no place to sleep, but you robbed Peter to pay Paul. You called in a couple favors so your kids will have some place to sleep so they could continue to go to school. Do you not think that God not sees what you go through? Do you think that he not sees how people are creating these blocks around you? Do you think he do not see the block that is currently around you right now? He sees. But there is meaning and there is purpose behind that struggle and behind that block. What you have to do is connect and pray and ground yourself to understand what God is trying to do for your life. But not only what God is trying to do for your life, what he's trying to do to a multitude of people that he's going to get to through your life, through your life story, and through your life's journey. It ties into the dream that I did have last night. And I have to take it back. I have to take it back. So when I was, and I just recently opened up with my mom about what I was going through. And there's bits and pieces that I've told God, as I heal from it, I will talk about it, right? And there was a period where I was in a motel with my newborn son. And I remember I told you I smelled smoke. Meaning when you smell smoke, there is no smoke, and you haven't cooked, right? Or utilized any microwave or any stove of whatever sort, and you're smelling smoke, that's a demonic entity that's been sent to you. I don't know who I'm helping. Again, it takes you having to be attacked for you to be able to go back and translate what it is that you've gone through that could save somebody else from spiritual warfare. Because see, I tell you, when I tell you that ignorance is what keeps you in oblivion and keeps you under attack, it means when you say stupid stuff about your mouth like, no, my auntie, she wouldn't do that. Oh, golly me, she's estranged from me. We don't even talk. Why would my auntie want to sit up here and attack me and we don't even talk? And when we talk, I've never disrespected her. I've never attacked her children or attacked her husband or attacked her finances. Well, she's attacking yours. And we're not going to understand the level of evil that is processed in people's spirits and people's hearts that's in their mind. They are warped. And some need to be locked up. And some need to be committed. And some need to be put 6 feet under. But hey, it's not my choice. It's God's. And I'm going to sit back and I'm going to let him handle it. Do you understand what I'm saying? This word today is pertaining to you not being ignorant anymore. And you understanding that you got to check everybody up in your circle. If there's ever a time where you felt something off about somebody, take it to God in prayer is what I'm telling you to do. Take it to God in prayer is what I'm telling you to do, because it exists. It most definitely exists, especially when I tell you people can smell the spiritual stint on you. And what they smell, they will go dig deeper and dig deeper and dig deeper and see what's in store for your future. And the only reason why the enemy is attacking you the way that he is attacking you is because he knows what's in store for your future. So you have to fight to secure your future. And I hope you did what I told you to do last night. I hope you told God, I'm ready. I believe. I know that you can handle it. I know that you're going to do it. I know that you see. I know that you know that you know that you know. So when I've done all that I can, all I can do is stand in my power, stand in the word, stand in prayer, stand in faith, stand in hope, stand in the light, stand in my truth, and let you handle the rest. And that's all Mary had a little lamb, thesis white snow. You know that everywhere that Mary went, a hater showed to go. So when you know that, there is no question of why you being attacked, but what you going to do to circumvent the attacks and get through what it is that people have placed on you in your life. You've had baby fathers and their mothers attack you. If not the baby father, you had the baby father mother come for you and want to put a hex and curse on you. Because some people that you tie into, the people that surround them don't even understand how to respect boundaries. And some people be thinking that their children be their man or their woman. So when that man comes across somebody that they know can be in spiritual alignment for them to get them in order, they don't want that. They rather have them continuously be around karmics, people who are low vibrational, people who feed into their addictions. When you peep the signs back far away for them in their family and the women that they have around them, because they're not right. And that's some extra drama and mess that you do not need. We already have it hard out here in the world. The fact that people are mentally warped to want to put an extra layer of burdens on your plate, an extra layer of strife and struggles up on your plate to make it just that much more harder for you, it's mind-blowing. Okay? And you know, like I said, when I took it to God in prayer, and I was going through in that hotel room, baby, there was many nights that I broke down. I don't know who I'm helping. There were many nights, many days I wanted to give up. I wanted my son not to suffer. And I prayed a prayer for my enemies to not be his enemies. And when I felt like I did all I could and nothing was changing, I said, I can't keep subjecting my son to this. I was this close to giving my son up to another family. When I took it to God in prayer, God told me, do not do that. Do not give your son up. Fight for your son. What you don't see is me opening up the roads for you and your son to live a prosperous life. But you're going to have to fight through some things for me. I got confirmation the next day from Juanita Bynum, who called me and told me, fight for your son. Don't give up your son. The enemy is trying to attack you to get you to give up. Whatever magic was sent towards me, it was some old Bane magic, because when I told my mom what was going on in that hotel room, not only was I smelling smoke, and I'm telling you, I was smelling it like somebody was smoking cigarettes around me. It was a very, very thick, like almost like I was smelling secondhand smoke. And I had to call the dude who he have, the dude that go around, and I kept saying, hey man, I keep smelling smoke. He said, did you turn on the air conditioner? I said, I don't use that air conditioner. I don't turn on that air conditioner. He said, yeah, because you know, you can't put it on hot. You got to only keep it on cool. I said, I don't touch that air conditioner. He said, I don't, every time I come up in the room, you won't be cooking or nothing like that, because he was chill with me. I say, no, I don't use the oven. I don't use the microwave. I said, I keep smelling smoke. He said, let me go ahead and check for some shortages or some outages or whatever. He could not find anything. It got to the point where the motel manager had to come in. I kept smelling the smoke. Mind you, this is why I tell y'all, I am connected to God, but there's some things you don't even know what's going on. Why people be sending what they be sending, and when they decide to get it in their brain to want to send it to you. So in my mind, I'm not thinking somebody doing something spiritually against me. You get what I'm saying? So they're checking everything. There's still no answer. So I'm still smelling that smoke. My son was getting nightmares every day. He had his eyes closed, screaming to the top of his lungs. My baby would wake up. I started noticing scratches on him. I'm telling you this because I'm telling you, I'm not telling you what to believe. Believe what you want to believe. But I keep telling you, whatever you don't believe, you're going to go through something that's going to make you believe. My baby eyes was shut closed when he was screaming, almost like something was attacking him in his sleep. I tried to open up my baby eyes. His eyes was just like, I'm trying to do this, and his eyes just shut. I couldn't open them up. He was shaking like this, like something was getting at him. I immediately had to open up the door. I just started praying. I remember I was crying. I was praying. I was like, oh my God, what is this? I kept my hand on Psalms. I even took my baby's hand and put his hand on the Bible. I had to do some strong prayer. When I kept seeing that, I went for a fast. I went on a fast for 2 weeks, a dry fast. And I said, I don't know what the hell is going on, but my baby gave me fight to get through that 2-week fast. And I'm telling you, every day I prayed. Every day I prayed. After I dropped him off the daycare, came back, I prayed. When I got down to the last week of that fast, I did an egg cleanse. So I was doing the egg. I was cleansing my energy, because I tell you, everything is energetic. Again, what I'm telling you, just understand, ignorance can keep you in oblivion. If you think that this kind of stuff don't exist, and you think this kind of stuff is not the measures that you have to take to protect yourself, you're not doing and working any darkness. You are protecting yourself is what you're doing, and clearing off whatever it is that people have sent your way. When I was doing it, in the egg cracked, there was a thick, it almost like was a square the size of, I can't even, it was like the size of this. So it was a thick square. Imagine a block. It was hair all around it, and it was black. I don't have to make this up to you. I do not have to make this up to you. Why would that be in an egg? And I'm going to tell you something why I'm not making it up to you. When I seen it, I immediately got it out. I'm thinking maybe that egg was rotten. I checked all the other eggs, cracked them all open. A full dozen of eggs, cracked them all open. None of the other eggs looked like that. It was fresh eggs. But that one egg that I decided to use to cleanse my energy, when it cracked open, it was a thick square like this that was hairy, and it was dark. So I went and got another thing of eggs, and I left it there, right? And I said, I'm finna see how long. I just left the eggs there, forgot about the eggs, left them there. So they were rotten. Took them out of the room after it was like a month past its expiration date, a month or 2 past the expiration date. Cracked them open. None of the eggs had no black, dark square up in it. Again, I'm trying to test something out. I'm like, maybe before I even believe what it is, I tested it. And I said, I'm thinking maybe it's a rotten egg. Not a rotten egg, because a rotten egg don't look like that. I know what a rotten egg looked like. It did not look like that. Okay? You can't place a square like that inside of an egg, because if you crack it open, you place something like that inside, you know, you're going to see the crack. So what I'm saying is, when I told my mom, because I could, mind you, I couldn't make sense of it for a very long time. I kept it on the inside of me. I didn't tell nobody. I just prayed. Okay? I took it to my mom, and I finally opened up to her. She was like, somebody did some real old vain magic against you. And it was, you know, like I said, all around me to attack health. And God knows whatever else it is that they was attacking. Fast forward, I took it to God in prayer, because I just kept feeling like, you know, something was going on. And God showed me a lot last night. But he also told me this past Sunday that I went to church. He came to me and he told me, get out the house and go fellowship. That previous night, so Saturday night, I stayed up. I prayed to him. I cried out to him. And what he was coming to me and telling me was about overflow, which is on the video I told you guys about yesterday. When I got confirmation on when I went to church, the pastor was talking about overflow. He was talking about building generational wealth. He also said something that stuck out to me, right? He said, some of y'all, a lot of y'all have come to me today because the enemy have been on your back for a very long time. The enemy does not want you to have a breakthrough. The enemy has been coming after your kids. The enemy has been coming after your finances. The enemy has been coming after your forward progression. The enemy does not want you to have wealth. So some of y'all are in need of a breakthrough today. He said, stand up and come to the front for prayer if you are in need of a breakthrough. I ended up going to the front because not only did he confirm the talk and the prayer that I had the night before, I was and I am in need of a breakthrough. So I went, and the first thing the lady, told me was, do you believe in God's power? Do you believe that how much he loves you? Because I could see it all over you, how much he loves you. And I had a breakdown. And what I kept saying was, God, when does it end? I repeated that for about 5 times until the 6th time I screamed it out so loud the pastor heard. I said, God, when does it end? And it echoed. And at that moment, that's when they went and they got my son Elijah, and they held Elijah while I cried out. And she just kept saying to me, let it out, let it out. Let it out. Let it all out. You've been carrying a lot. You've been holding it on the inside. You've been carrying other people's burdens. You've been holding it on the inside. You've been carrying in all this pain, all this hurt, all this strife, all your life, all of what you've been going through. But I'm telling you, she just kept saying, do you believe? Do you believe? And I just kept saying, God, when does it end? Leave it up to the enemy. He'll never let it end until you give up. It don't matter about what you lost. It don't matter how tired you are, how much of a fight you had to put up. The enemy will never stop until you give up. That's their goal, to make you give up. Fast forward to the dream that I had last night. I seen people lose their businesses. I seen a lot of people struggling very bad. I seen things that I don't even want to say on this live, because by me saying that I pray for their kids, that says enough in itself. When someone goes, I told you it costs to be you, but it also costs to attack you. I would never understand a person who has their mind warped to want to attack you so fiercely, like you've done something to them and you haven't. And all what you've done is be yourself. And they are evidently want to be that, don't want you to be that, or don't want you to be successful or viewed in a certain light. But it's not their call, because your life is not their life to control and dominate. And so when you go through things like that, I almost, like I said, I want to ask, what flows through a person's mind when they tell lies to witches to get these witches to attack you? What flows through a person's mind when they lay down with a witch, don't know that she a witch, and confide your business into this witch, and this witch right now is attacking everything up in your life out of jealousy? What makes a family member sit up here and tell lies on you in the community, attack you the way that they have, block things off for you the way that they have, and then only to keep up their image and their persona, they have to make it seem like they're a good person? They would never do anything like that. I go to church. What does that mean? All what that means and all what you showing is you keeping up with an image. So you have to go to church, because to hide how evil and dark and wicked you are, that don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing to God that you playing on his name and playing with his religion and playing with his word and playing in his face. Because when these people call themselves going to church and then they sitting up here mocking you, laughing at you because of what they've been able to get away with, how they've been able to attack you, and how you finding it so hard to try to come up out of it, let me tell you something. We finna break it today. We finna break it today. Are you ready to break it today? We finna break it today. We finna break it today. Are you ready to break it today? We finna break it today. Are you ready to break it today? We finna break it today. Because let me tell you something. My people, just the mere fact that you decided to get on this live, went and told whoever you told so they can get on the live, that shows God right now that you are ready for a breakthrough. It shows him that you are ready for a change, that you are ready for things to shift in your favor. It doesn't matter what the enemy wants for you, because the more that they curse, the more that they attack, is the more that God bless. Because when they was in this energy of attacking and cursing you, you had done nothing wrong. Some have been attacking you since birth. God showed me a curse was placed on me when I was 15 years old. 15 years old. I was a child. What does it benefit people to attack and to curse you so that you don't get to a certain level and a certain reach and grasp and level of your life? What does it do to the enemy is the question that you have. See, you have to ask God the right questions. Don't be asking questions to ask questions. Ask him the right questions. And sometimes you have to be willing to make a sacrifice. Fasting is one of those sacrifices. Right? You could be a 3-day fast. It could be a week. It could be 2 weeks. You could do a dry fast. You can wait till 6 o'clock to eat fruit and drink water. A sacrifice must be made. Because unfortunately, I'm finna tell you something that you don't want to hear, something that you for a very long time don't want to come to grips with. You are under spiritual attack because of who you are, because of what people are trying to block. Let me tell you something. If there was nothing there to block, if there was nothing there that was going to flow into your life, why would they have to go so hard to block it? They want you to be poor. They want your kids to die of poverty, of starvation. I mean, you have to really wake up at some point and not care. Especially if it's your family that's coming after you, exes, lovers, strangers that you don't even know. At some point, you got to do what needs to be done for your children. Because somebody ain't in their right damn mind. Somebody don't get it. Somebody hooked on phonics. Somebody ain't got a brain. If it is, it's small, the size of a pea. Because I would never understand, for that block that you placed on somebody else's life, what do you think gonna happen to your life? Do you think that you're protected doing evil? I know that God's people are protected because we're on assignment. We're on a mission. And if we stay obedient, through that obedience, there is rewards. Through that obedience, there is protection. Through that obedience, there is guidance. I ain't never heard that there was guidance, protection, and rewards for evil. But these people think they so smart. They think they got it all figured out. They're just going to attack you in secret, attack you in the dark. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's ever going to know that I do witchcraft behind the scenes. They're never going to know because I do it in the dark. I do it when I leave church. I do it when I'm in the confinements of my home. I do it around other people who want to do things in the dark. Baby, ain't nothing hidden, you fool. Ain't nothing hidden. How could you think that it's hidden when God sit high and look low? Yeah, I'm going to be nice, but ain't nothing hidden. There's nothing hidden. And see, they wanted to keep attacking you. They wanted to keep coming for you because they wanted what you had. Let me tell you something. What people don't think. When they decide to come for you and attack your blessings and want your blessings, the blessings that have your name written on it, the destiny that has your name carved on it, right? And they say, well, oh, I don't care about the carving. I don't care about it has your name on it. I could just easily scrape it to how it's carved. And how you going to take a name off of the blessings that was destined for that person, that God placed that name on those blessings, right? So they think, okay, well, I'm going to just come in, though. Well, if I just come in and I take this and I send in people to harm them, they think you stupid. They think you're going to fall for it again. Mind yourself with these men and these women that come up in your life. Because there's already been a spell, there's something around them that's going to make these people want to seek out to do to you what the previous one did, destroy you. And I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be about so many times that you can keep bouncing back from the tactics and the snares and the traps of the enemy. At some point, you got to wake up, baby. Ignorance is what keeps you in oblivion. Ain't nobody telling you to go out there and do no witchcraft. I'm telling you that to be aware of what's being done to you so that you can be aware of how to protect yourself and aware of how to protect your children. In the midst of the storm, God will still provide. Don't know where that came from, but he told me to say it. In the midst of the storm, God will provide. He won't stop the storm, but he will ensure that you are sustained through that storm so that when the storm ends and passes over, you can go ahead and reap your blessings because of how you handle things while you're in the midst of the storm, of adversity, of warfare. He provides. You don't understand it. You don't get it. And I get it too. You don't understand it. You will never understand it. And I get that too, boo. You want it to stop. You know you don't bother nobody. You just want what you work hard for. I get that too. You wake up every day and you put the pedal to the metal and you push for your damn kids. I get that too. And they keep pushing to go up against you and keep pushing to block you. I get that too. But you know what I also get? That God gonna provide in the midst of the storm. That the more these people curse you and you overcome those hurdles and those mountains and those blockages, which you will, the more that they curse, the more that God bless you. Because of what you've had to be susceptible to on this journey that is not normal. Four things that God came to me about, right? And I'm going to give everybody a chance because I'm going to wait for a couple minutes to when I think you have enough time to go get paper and pen, because I want you to go write this down to me. I want you to go write this down for yourself. I want you to go write it down for yourself. I want you to go write it down for yourself. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes. I want you to write this down. Okay? I want you to write it down. I want you to write these specific 4 things down. I don't know if you guys are waiting for the live to upload and you're trying to go back to it. I'm trying to make it easier for you. If you can write it down, you can focus on these 4 things and you won't have to go about trying to figure out where that's going to be in the live. So I really want you to do this for me. It's not going to cost you nothing. All I want you to do right now is to go get paper and to go get pen. Okay? If you have been holding on and sticking it out for this long while we're on the live, then I've caught your attention. Now that I've gotten your attention, I want you to go get that paper and a pen because something made you believe in me to make you stay on this live for as long as you did. So if you stayed on this long, I want you to go get paper and pen and I want you to go write these 4 things down. And I'm going to give you a couple minutes to go do that. I just need you guys to go get paper and pen. Go get some paper and some pen. Okay? You can go leave the live, come back, go put the phone down. I need you to go get some paper and pen because I'm finna wrap up after I say these 4 things. I will not be repeating these 4 things. So it's imperative and it behooves you to go find you some paper and pen. Or you can go get another phone and record these specific 4 things that I'm about to say, because I will not repeat it after today and on this message. So go get paper and pen. I gotta find the other thing. Okay, so hopefully you guys have had enough time to go find paper and pen. I'm gonna go over these 4 things, and then I'm gonna wrap up for tonight. Okay. First thing, persistence will produce success in the months to come. So persistence will produce success in the months to come. Okay. And the message that I got tied into that was Jacob became a prince of God through persistence. Okay. And you can find that story in Genesis chapter 32, verse 26. I will not let thee go except thou bless me, he said to the angel. So again, that's going back to persistence will produce success in the months to come. Jacob became a prince of God through persistence. He didn't give up. You're not going to understand why people are attacking you. There's something that they see in you. There's something that some of them may feel is blaspheme and that they don't want to get out. But let me tell you something. When the masses have to go up against you for whatever reason that they have, it's because they see the realness and the light in you, that they don't want to be exposed for how fake, dark, and vain that they are. Some people grouped up in couples to come up against you every day, attacking you spiritually, thinking that something was going to get swapped out from you and go to these people, and they did not care if you was ever going to find your way out. They didn't care if you were ever going to find balance back in your life. But the sick thing is for people to attack you and then criminally surround you around all kind of darkness, right? So that you don't get back up from what it is that they did to you that was wrong and that was unjust and immoral. They did that, and they were just like, well, let's secure and make sure that they die, or secure and make sure that they give up and that they have no way out. Why would someone go that hard for somebody who is pure and innocent as you? You're not perfect in no kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. And that's not me judging you, because it's a judgment-free zone channel. But nobody is perfect. I mean, we keeping a buck. Ain't nobody perfect. We all have done things. We all have a past. But we not evil, baby. You ain't finna put that on. You ain't finna put that on us. We ain't evil. We will never do to these people what they're doing to you. And that's why they got to pay. And on top of that, that's why you have to be blessed. Because what did you do to be cursed? Oh, hold on. Let me go ahead and put some lip gloss on while y'all go ahead and think about that. Huh? They don't want you to be blessed. What the hell did you do to be cursed? What did you do to be cursed? Like I said, these people can't answer it, but they ain't got to. They from what I seen last night, they gonna go through it anyway. They gonna go through their own storm. And may God be with them, because ain't no way people think that they could do evil like this and it not come back on them or their kids. The second thing, I'm gonna repeat the first thing for those who may be coming on now. Persistence will produce success in the months to come. The message that was tied into that is Jacob became a prince of God through persistence. You can go ahead and read up on that in Genesis chapter 32, verse 26. I will not let thee go except thou bless me, he said to the angel. Second thing, obedience to God will involve sacrifice. Did I not go over sacrifice earlier? Did I not say that earlier? Right? Did I not say that earlier? This before I even pulled up these 4 things. I didn't want that to lead the word. I wanted to say what I needed to say, and then I was going to come back. But I said that earlier about sacrifice, either through fasting, whatever the case may be. The sacrifice is you saying to God, this is the sacrifice that I'm making to you. I'm being obedient. I am surrendering. It's in your hands. Let your will be done. I know that I have not done anything to deserve the level of evil that's being sent and sent my way, or spoken my way, or to that of my children. I have not done anything but be born and be obedient. And you got devils out here that want you to pay for that. They feel like you owe them something. They feel like they own your life. If you're not going to talk to us, if you're not going to give us any money, we're going to block it off from you. And furthermore, if they have more than you, they don't want you to get on their level. Again, these people took steps against you that was never their steps to take, because it was never their power, okay, to sit up here and try to control you and dominate you. Second, obedience to God will involve sacrifice, right? The widow in 1 Kings 17 had to sacrifice in order to obey God before she and her son were delivered from debt and death. Oh my God. Lord Jesus, I don't think you know how deep this flow for you. But I told you, it costs to be you. It costs to be you. It costs to be you. Can't nobody just look at what you have and what you were building and say, let's just take that or curse it, right? Because it costs to be you. You work for that. But these energies that you entertained, or energies that you came across on this journey, man, were very dark. And they're more dark than what other people have to deal with because of who you are. But rest assured, like I said, it costs to be you. It costs to attack you too. That ain't up. That ain't up for you to just pay people, a lot of people, to get people attacked and targeted and gang stalked and blackmailed or blackballed or blacklisted. That it's not up what these people did to you. They thought it was up spiritually. They have to pay for that and answer for what they've done. But again, obedience to God will involve sacrifice for you. The widow in 1 Kings 17 had to sacrifice in order to obey God before she and her son were delivered from debt and death. You want to be delivered, go to God in prayer and ask him what that sacrifice may be. Okay? The prophet said, make me a cake first. It was a sacrifice. Who knows what your sacrifice may be? I'm telling you, the most simple sacrifice that you can do is fast. Go on a 3-day fast. Wait till after 8 to eat. If you do eat something like drink water. See for how long you can go off of nourishing your body with fluids, right? So see how well you get with that. I would say if some of y'all are, have to appear to the office every day, you have to go to the office every day, I would say try to do something like a shake. So just do a shake, 1 shake a day or something like that, so that you can still have everything flowing. But for some of you who can allocate 3 days, or maybe even like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or a week, if you have it, I don't know. Try to see for how long you could do it, like a dry fast. When you feel like you cannot continue to dry fast, go and try to do fluids. Just drink water, okay? Or eat fruit. The third thing, I'm going to the third thing. Don't surrender to adversity in these final weeks of 2025. Don't surrender to adversity. I mentioned adversity and opposition in spiritual warfare. Spiritually, you are being attacked, or we're being attacked, right? It's because people oppose you and what you do and what you say and where you're going. And that's okay and that's fine. That's part of the journey. That's part of your purpose. Whatever God plans on doing, that he's going to turn your failure into favor. He's going to turn your struggle, okay, into successes. Okay, rest assured, when people feel like they're going up against you, they're going up against God, so you're not alone. So when they think that they're cursing you, God is going to come back and bless you 10 times more, because you didn't do anything to be cursed, but you're doing everything to be blessed. The third thing, don't surrender to adversity in these final weeks of 2025. You have to refuse to give up. You have to refuse that devil so much so to where you tell him, okay, I'm not finna give up. It's going to be a cold day in hell, my guy, before you think that I'm finna give up and roll over. And you have to stand firm on that. Don't toy with them, but you letting them know that you standing firm in the word of God, because God has already made a promise to you. And you know that God is a keeper of his what? Promises. You have to refuse to give up. You have to get up every day, even if it's not as fruitful, it's not as abundant, it doesn't serve you or benefit you, or there's nothing that you can reap. Get up and show up for God. Okay? That is the mission and the purpose and the assignment that he's giving you. When you are discouraged and unable to see any good ahead, you say, I refuse to give up. In the mighty name of Jesus, I plead the blood of Jesus over my life and that of my children. They are not yours to have. My destiny is not yours to have. My blessings are not yours to have. My mind, my soul, my spirit is not yours to have. You fought me nail and tooth for it. You've cursed me for it. You blocked me for it. And you still not gonna get it. Play with it. Don't play with me. I'm straight at that 305 Kingway project. Okay. Oh, okay. I needed to say it loud for the people in the back, for the haters in the valley. They swear I'm something to play with, but I'm not. You got to show people you're not nothing to play with. I'm Angie and Vic daughter. I'm Angie and Vic daughter. But rest assured, baby, I got way more fight in me. So don't play with me. And that's all respect to my parents. You're not finna have me suffer. You're not finna have me and mine suffer. We gonna break this off. We finna break this off. You got the right one. And I think people know. But you still gotta show them. You still gotta show them not to take you for granted and not to play with you. Fourth, I'm on the fourth thing right now. Okay? Look for the opportunity and all adversity during these final days of 2025. Look for the opportunity and all adversity during these final days of 2025. Look for the opportunity and all adversity during these final days of 2025. I don't know what your opportunities may be. I don't know who God is sending to you. Again, the example just came to me of when he sent help to what example was coming to me? And see, I just lost it just as quick as it came to me. When God sends you help, don't refuse it, right? Because when the opportunity presents itself and then it passes, you're going to be asking God, well, God, I prayed to you for this. I prayed to you. I waited out for you and you didn't do anything. And God is going to have to reiterate to you, no, I did. I sent you help. Sometimes some of y'all be too prideful. You be wanting to do everything on your own. And sometimes the blessing that God sends you is through another person that may not have it in them to give, but they're giving to you. Again, look for the opportunity and all adversity during these final days of 2025, okay? Stand in your power. I'm going to go back. I'm going to reiterate all of the 4 points that I just went over. The first point, persistence will produce success in the months to come. Second point, obedience to God will involve sacrifice. Third point, don't surrender to adversity in these final weeks of 2025. Fourth point, look for the opportunity in all adversity during these final days of 2025. Baby, something they want me to come on here today, and I really didn't. I really didn't plan on getting on here, but I pushed, and I didn't even think that I could get through and say all of what I said today, but I'm glad I did. I don't know who I'm reaching. I don't know who is going to help. But I'm telling you, baby, rest assured, it takes somebody having to tell you that had to deal with a certain level of spiritual warfare to let you know that these kind of things in people do exist, that these kind of practices are out there. And who knows where people get their practices or whatever they get, but they getting it. They're attacking you. They're gridlock on you. And I'm telling you, single-handedly, you got to take these warlocks, these witches, these covers, and these groups out. If I was people, I would get my head screwed on right and start disassociating myself from people who you know you've been tied up with, who you already done peeped their game and pulled their collar, and you know they're not right. And you know that what they wanted for somebody else is not right. So however you make it right, you need to start doing that in this season. Not for you. You may feel like, oh, I'm sitting pretty, I'm sitting good. Think about spiritually what that means for you in the years ahead. What does that mean for your children in the years ahead? Some people think that they're getting ahead until they reach a stumbling block that they can't cross and can't get over. And it's in that moment that God is sitting these people down almost like they serving out a prison sentence. And he's making them think and go back and jog their memory on what they did spiritually, physically, emotionally to another being that was undeserving of it. Even if you don't sit up here and rat and snitch these people out, because I seen 2 rats. One had glasses and was very dark, that was in the front. There was another rat that was behind that rat that was a little bit lighter than the one above, but they both look scary looking. I'm telling you, I don't know what people got going on, but all that, oh, I ain't a rat, I ain't a snitch. You need to be done with all of that, because a lot of things have been done against you that cross your spiritual boundaries. A lot that was done to you that was criminal, that was unjust and inhumane to do against a human being, all because people wanted to have you out here destroyed and attacked for who you believe in, for what you believe in, and for how you carry yourself. Which is, again, you're not a menace to society because you choose to believe in God wholeheartedly, and you ain't a fake like these people that will be willing to go to church and be behind the scenes be dabbling in the witchcraft. But as long as my image and people don't know because I'm doing it in the dark. Oh, well, I just exposed you today, didn't I? Whoever that auntie is, whoever that cousin is, whoever that ex-lover is, whoever that ex of an ex of an ex is, friends. Who else? Let's go. Ex-co-workers, ex-colleagues, your brother, your sister. Who else? Let's go. You thought you was doing in the... I don't know how the hell you could think that against somebody who's tied in with the Most High. We get all our information from source, the Most High source. Okay, we don't have to call on nothing like these people do. Some people mad at you that you don't have to call on no dark magic and entities and all this kind of stuff. You are naturally born the way you are. You are naturally gifted because you are chosen. Okay, like I said, they can think that they cursing you and blocking you. Woe be unto them. It's already deaths occurring around these people. They could sit wherever they at, and again, ignorance allows them to be in complete oblivion. But you done caught on to this auntie. You done caught on to these cousins. You done caught on to these exes. You done caught on to what people had going on around you. Ain't shit was done in the Not when we pray about it. Not when we pray about it. Not when we pray about it, baby. Not when we pray about it. Nothing was done in the dark. Not when we pray about it. Nothing went unseen. Not when you sit in prayer and attacking the chosen that God is using, that God has appointed to be in a certain position in their life. Fight. Some had me weak. They want me to get on here. And I'm telling you, I was going to watch my show and chill. And I said, I'm going to just go on here and get on here tomorrow. I got on here tonight. Just show up. That's all God needs you to do, baby, is show up and push. Okay? And until next time, y'all stay prayed up and be blessed. Thank y'all for everybody who bought my e-guides. Thank you for everybody who been supporting me during my soft launch. Again, I didn't do a whole photo shoot and product launch because I really wanted to see how well the brand was going to take to you guys. And so I got a couple things in store for that. But again, moving in silence is really good. What's going to help you. Staying in prayer, staying prayed up, and not being ignorant and oblivion to the fact that you do have people that's either from your past or people who caught on to you, however they caught wind of you, that don't like what you're doing, don't like who you are, and they think it's their mission to stop you. But let me tell you how God is showing these people that it's not their mission and that they were never God, and they should sit down somewhere and stop trying to play God. When in fact they think that they're doing something on behalf of God because they're saying that you are the evil one and you are the this and you are the that and you are the this and you deserve it. Why is it the fact that death is occurring around them and not you? Why bad health is surrounding around these people and not you? And if they act like they don't get it. Just as sure as they sitting up here trying to bind your finances, they going through blockages and delays on their end. It's not up just because they making you go through something. But again, they want to keep going through something just at the fact to be able to sit back and say that they're attacking you. Stupid is and stupid does. So sometimes when a person don't get it through the deaths that's occurring and they don't get it through the warnings and the writings on the wall, a real death got to happen. And sometimes that death is God taking these people out head on direct because they act like they don't know how to sit down and stop attacking you. Just stop and leave you alone. But again, it comes along with the journey that you're on. But rest assured, like I said, when people feel like they want to get up and get the notion and want to curse you, God gonna bless you just that much more harder. Push through the mountain, push through the adversity, push through the blocks, push through the storm. And God is giving you the resources and the strength and the perseverance to do so. Persistence is the key. Being obedient and making that sacrifice is the key. Not surrendering to what's going on around you because you know that it's an illusion. You know that it's an illusion that people have been casting. Spiritual warfare, that's that illusion. Making you feel like what you're doing or you're inadequate or all this kind of stuff. That's what people want you to feel. For whatever the reason that they want you to feel and whatever benefit that they're getting, rest assured, baby, it's not up. And when God come back around, woe be unto these people because of all of what they made you go through that you did not have to go through. You shouldn't have been subjected to. But again, it costs to beat you, but it also costs to attack you. I hope my word tonight blessed you. I hope it reached somebody. I hope I was able to point out certain signs. If those are some of the signs that you are going through, you are under spiritual attack. You got to take it to God in prayer and start fasting, doing what you got to do to go detox, heal your body, keep you and your kids protected, okay? Whatever that may be, you have to take it to God in prayer. And that's what I'm going to go back and say. You have to take it to God in prayer, okay? Because whatever it is that people were trying to surround you around, God is still yet with you. Your angels are still yet surrounded around you. So they ain't been able to just take you out. But they've caused some delays and they've caused some upheavals up in your life. And I'm telling you, rest assured that they're going to have to pay for that. Because they thought they was doing it in the dark. They think that you don't know. And they still yet doing it. Some people ain't going to be satisfied until you dead. Until you not seen. And until you walk away from something. And it's never going to happen. Because God didn't instruct you to do that. What he instructed you to do, which is why I came on here tonight, is don't surrender to adversity. That's what he's telling you. You're going to be rewarded for your strength, for your perseverance. So don't give up. And until next time, y'all stay prayed up and be blessed. I love you.